This is the Church of St. Paul in the Desert. Now, Lydia, you okay? Okay. You've heard us today. We talk about this feast day. We talk about as Christ the King, or the reign of Christ. But this day has another function. And what happens on December 31st? Does anybody know what happens on December 31st? Okay, Mario?
It's Christmas.
No. Okay, what's on December 31st? New Year's Eve. Today is New Year's Eve for the church. Today is the day that we switch from, in our calendar, this is really insider technical stuff, we've been in year B of the church, and on the Feast of Christ the King, that's New Year's Eve, and the next week we're in year C. But I wanted to talk about what the church year is, and this is where I'm going to need some help. Okay, so what I'd like is for each of you to come up here with me when I call you, and you'll get to hold one. Each of you will get to hold one of these, okay? And let's see, I'll probably back up a little bit so there's more room. Mario, why don't you come on up here? So the first, well, so much for that order of those. Hang on one second. There we go. Mario, I still need you up here. Okay, in our church at St. Paul's, the first season of the church's year is Advent. So in Advent, we get ready for Christmas, we get ready for Jesus to come again. And in this church at St. Paul's, Advent is blue. Anybody know what color it is at some other churches? Purple. Most churches it's purple, but at St. Paul's it's blue. And then what comes next after Advent? And adults know. Ramon, come on up. Mario, you keep staying here. Okay, so this here, you can fold it up and hold it nicely there. You don't need to. I actually have you wear them, but they might be a little. Why don't you go ahead and wear it?
Okay.
And that way, you go ahead and put that around, and the cross goes around the back of your neck. Close enough. Okay, so we've got Christmas, and Christmas is the day when what happens? Jesus is born, right? You guys know that one, right? You know that, right? Okay, so Jesus was born at Christmas. Yes. And so then after Christmas, we have the next feast is Epiphany. Oliver, would you come up here and would you be Epiphany? Okay, and so Epiphany is green. And Epiphany is when Jesus is made known to the world, and green, there are more Sundays that are green than any other Sunday in the church year. And there's a secret. Do you know what we call green Sundays? Ordinary. Green Sundays are ordinary in the church. Okay? But today is special, right? Technically, ordinary and special aren't working with each other. Okay, so after Epiphany, what comes after Epiphany? Lent. So Lent, and even at this church, Lent is purple. And I've got one here. Okay. So now, I don't know your name. Why don't you come on up? What's your name? Hi, Christian. So, Christian, would you turn around here? And you're Lent. Lent is purple, and purple reminds us of being penitent. That's saying that we're sorry for things we've done wrong and trying to do better. And so purple is for Lent. Extra points. Do any of you young people know how long Lent is? Mario?
Like a few weeks?
It's like a few weeks, but does anybody have more? Lydia? 3 weeks? No. 30 weeks? No. It's 40 days. Lent is 40 days long. So after Lent, we end up with the next season is Holy Week, and the beginning of Holy Week. Would you come up? And you're a little shorter, and this is very long, so I'm just going to ask you to hold it over your shoulder like that. And let's let the. And what's your name?
Wesley.
Hi, Wesley. Could you hold that up there like that? Okay, and so turn so the congregation can see you. Okay, so Wesley, that is red, and that is for Palm Sunday. And you see the palm branches? Okay, so, and there's also, did you notice there's also a crown on that? And the crown is because Jesus is the king, and he's marching into Jerusalem like he's the king. Okay, so after Holy Week, what's the next thing that happens? Easter. Now, Lydia, I'm going to ask you to walk over to the bottom step and not try to go up the steps. And you're going to be Easter. Okay? So I'm going to put that over you. All right? And now you can turn around so people can see you. And after Easter, what's the next big feast of the church's year? Pentecost. Pentecost. And Pentecost is red. Do you notice Wesley here is wearing one that's red? That's Palm Sunday. And this one, if you can see it back there, looks like it has a dove on it, because that's a sign for the Holy Spirit. And so Pentecost is about the Holy Spirit. So come on up here, and you can hold that. Okay? And so once we get, the day of Pentecost is not a season. Pentecost is just one day, and it's the last day in Easter. And let's see, in Lent, I said that Lent was 40 days, right? How long is Easter? Where is Easter's over here? How long is Easter? Does anybody know? 50 days. So you get 10 more days of Easter than you have of Lent. So which is more important? Easter. Okay. And so we get past the day of Pentecost, and the rest of the year, from about the middle of May, till this day, today, is the same color. Why don't you come on up here, Annabella? Turn around. And can you hold that here? Let's see, can you hold that there? Okay, so I mentioned that green, so from May until the end of November is green, and then we've got about between 3 and 6 weeks over here that are green. And then we get to Christ the King, which is the last day of the year. It's New Year's Eve for the church. And mine isn't any of those colors, is it? You kids see this? Mine's not any of these colors, right? This is a special fabric, and other clergy might know that this fabric is called the coronation tapestry. And so, because today is Christ the King, I thought it would be good, since somebody just gave me this 2 weeks ago, gave the church this 2 weeks ago, to wear the coronation for Christ the King. So we've got the whole church year. Now, this is for a reminder, kids. Advent, Christmas, Epiphany, Lent, Palm Sunday and Holy Week, Easter, Pentecost, the day of Pentecost, and the season after Pentecost, the rest of ordinary time, ending with Christ the King. Thank you, kids. You can head on back. Oh, actually, I need the stools back. I'll get in trouble if I give everything away. Thank you, kids. Thank you. Thank you, Annabella. Thank you, Oliver.